Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather, or the Sassy Cinderella, or the Spooky Cinderella for the October season. Welcome to Disney Bounding on a Budget Halloween Tag Edition. Since there are so many new people here, I just want to give you a quick rundown of what this is all about and also how this Halloween tag is going to work. So if you are unfamiliar with Disney Bounding was basically created by individuals when adults were banned from dressing in costumes to the parks. So Disney Bounding came about as a way to basically showcase your favorite characters without actually being in costume. So Disney Bounding is drawing inspiration from a character into a wearable everyday outfit. It is not actually wearing a costume itself. So I knew I really wanted to do something with Disney Bounding well before I even started the channel because I love fashion, I love dressing up, but I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to go about it. And then I decided I wanted to do it a little bit more like a challenge where I go into one store only, and spend $50 or less on each bound. And I wanted to have you guys involved, so I have been doing subscriber votes on these. I will actually leave a link to the last bounding video overhead, which was basically the worst one I've ever done, but it's still quite fun. So I'm gonna leave that link overhead. I have done 4 of these. It is kind of a series on my channel. Now my friend Abby over at DisneyNerdd, who I will also link overhead and down below, reached out to me about wanting to collab on one of these. So we did that recently as well. It was so much fun watching someone else do this, and I said, Abby, we should do a Halloween tag version. So for this tag version, I had you guys vote on all things spooky Disney. So that could be villains, spooky rides and attractions, etc, etc. And I chose 3, which I will reveal when we get into the store here, to try and bound for $50 or less. And I'm going to tag Tim and Johnny over at the GaymeBoyz, who are also going to get in on this fun with us. I did let them know ahead of time because doing these bounding videos is quite time consuming. So I wanted to give them plenty of time, make sure that they actually wanted to do it because it is a time commitment. And of course, if anyone at all is into this idea and wants to go out and do it, please let me know, send me your links, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. So for today's bound, we are at Goodwill. So I don't think the budget will be a problem, but I wanted to challenge myself a little bit here. For anyone who did make the suggestions that I'm going to attempt to put together today, I will leave their information down below as well. So let's head on into Goodwill and see what we find. Okay guys, so we are at Goodwill right now, and the first character I am going to attempt to bound as is Dr. Faciliate. And he has kind of this purple jacket and a black collar. I doubt we're gonna find that exactly, but check this out. We do have a purple sort of short cropped blazer followed by, well, I don't think that's gonna work, but we're gonna try this short cropped blazer for sure. Okay guys, so we've got the jacket for Dr. Faciliate. I just found this purple top, which is $4.49. It's just kind of a tank. There are some other tanks over there, but I am gonna go ahead and throw it in the cart because check them out together. I think it sort of works, but I might find a shirt that's a little bit shorter because his is kind of almost just past midriff. So we're gonna have a look across the way. Okay, so I took a spin around the corner and I'm not actually in my size anymore, but I did find this top, which is just a very simple spaghetti strap, but it does remind me a little bit more of what he actually had on, and I think with the jacket being over it, that will be fine. I think the main thing here is going to be trying to keep our color palette sort of consistent. So now I need to find bottoms, which could be a skirt, could be pants. I think pants in purple are going to be really hard to find. And then maybe I see some scarves. I might try to grab a red scarf or belt to tie on as that accent piece he has on the midriff. Okay, so I came over to the scarves. The only thing I'm seeing is this one right here, which isn't solid. I would prefer it be solid, but the other scarves are, they're just too like thick, you know? I don't think that's gonna work very well. So we're gonna grab this one in case I can't find a belt that works and try that out. Okay, so now we have circled over to pants. We have circled through the shoes, and here's what we've got. He does kind of have that white fancy shoe with the brown overlay, which that was gonna be hard, but I did find some white sparkly high heels that we will try. And I did find purple pants. Check it out. I just threw things on the floor. It's fine, guys. So we're gonna give them a try. Okay, you guys are never gonna believe what I found. I'm like shocked right now. So they had some costume stuff because of the holidays. It's a top hat. It is a top hat. So we're putting that with our Dr. Faciliate outfit. Didn't really find what I wanted for the red portion on his cummerbund. I might grab a tie though here to try to tie it around the hat. The hat doesn't have a price on it, so we don't know. I'm gonna say like $1 because it's just like floppy. But I'm excited. I think this is really coming together. Okay guys, so we are on to Ursula the Sea Witch herself. And as I mentioned before, I'm gonna link everyone down below that voted on these different characters because I just don't have enough cards to be able to do that with. But I came over to the dress section and I went through the skirts. I don't know why this is giving me Ursula vibes, this dress, but it kind of is. I think it's the detailing down here on the skirt. It is $5.99, so now we have to look for something purple to go on the feet and maybe underneath the dress even, because you know, there's not a whole lot to go on. She's basically in a black ensemble that runs into her tentacles. I was hoping I would find one of those skirts that had sort of like the pieces hanging off, but you know, you never really see people wearing that anymore, so I didn't have any luck there, but we are going to look at purple shoes and purple tops. So I also just real quick want to point this dress out. So there is this purple dress here. And I think another great option for Ursula would be to do a shorter purple dress like this with black tights, black shoes, and accent the black in that way. But because we are at Goodwill, I'm not going to be able to buy or wear tights here. This honestly might be my preferred method for Ursula if I were at a different store. So just to, you know, give you other ideas to think about, I think that would be another great option for her. Okay, so this is kind of funny. It's $4.49 and it has Tinkerbell on it, but the shade of purple is kind of right, and I don't think you're gonna see it under that dress. This might actually be a hideous bound when it's all said and done, but we are gonna try it and throw it in the cart. Okay, so we are on to actually 2 more characters. The one may or may not happen, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna attempt to do Jack and Sally. So for Sally, so far I have pulled this yellow top. It is $4.49. Remember, it's not supposed to be literal, it's supposed to be an interpretation. And I found this pink skirt with some texture. I think of Sally's wardrobe as having a lot of texture to it, and this one's kind of a challenge because you've got so many different colors going on in her outfit. There's a teal, there's a black, she's got the red hair that I always think about. So I'm going to see how creative I can get to incorporate these colors. I might try to find a teal undershirt to leave this partially open so that we can pull that other pop of color in, and then maybe look for some black shoes and I don't know, maybe red jewelry. We're gonna find out. Okay, so this Sally bound is actually turning into a lot of fun. Check out some of these sort of muted teals and stuff that I am finding as options. So this one's kind of cropped, $4.49, but I'm not sure how high that skirt is gonna come up. I might try this with like a yellow shoe or something as a different option. We have this simple tank that I think can go under the yellow without my stomach being exposed. And then my husband was very helpful and found this one to try underneath as well. So I think we are off to a really, really strong start with Sally. Okay guys, we have made it to the fitting room. I did pick up some extra goodies, accessories. There are some things that I cannot access here, like jewelry, which would finish some things off, which I will talk about when I get to that. And I'm really excited. I think we are gonna have a couple big wins and maybe a couple misses, but we're having fun. And for those of you that do choose to take on this challenge, the challenge is $50 or less per look, one store only, and whether or not you choose to have subscribers vote, pick them yourself, however you want to do it, that's totally fine. As I mentioned before, I am tagging Tim and Johnny at the GaymeBoyz, but by all means, I would love to see anyone do this. I think it is so much fun, especially for this month of October, and I can't wait to see what you all come up with. So I'm gonna get changed here into, I think Ursula. She's kind of jumping out at me. I'm not really sure on this one, but we're just gonna start there and see what happens. Okay guys, so this is the finished Ursula look. I don't think it is the most realized ensemble I've ever put together for a bound, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I do think the dress itself feels very Ursula, the bottom of the dress. I would probably do something different with the top, but you're kind of limited with options, which is the challenge. So I would also try to incorporate something white in my hair to kind of mimic her hair, and also I could not find purple shoes of any kind, which would also sort of mimic the bottom of her tentacles and tie everything together. But all in all, I do think it gets the vibe across. Keep in mind, if you're going to be doing bounds at the parks, you might want to go a little lighter weight on some of the outfits, because especially if you're there in the summer, you know, it's going to be really, really hot. But here is Ursula head to toe with the prices. Okay guys, so here's a second option I did pull for Ursula. It is the same top and it is sort of this flowy skirt that I found. I don't hate it either, but again, it's really not fully realized. I just sort of have the baseline pieces going on here. Anyway, just to show you another way to piece it together, here is this second beginning of an Ursula look. So this look is Dr. Faciliate. I am so glad I found this crazy hat because this is great. This might be borderline costumey for the park, I'm not gonna lie, but I had to go for it. I have used a men's tie to wrap around the back and a scarf to wrap around the waist. I'm really quite happy with how this one turned out. So here is Dr. Faciliate head to toe. Hey guys, I just wanted to mention real quick that when I got to Dr. Faciliate, I got really excited. I put the black shoes on and I forgot about the white shoes because he does have a white with brown overlay shoe on. These were $7.99, so just keep that in mind. He has black in his wardrobe too, so it still totally worked, and I actually love how that bound came out. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a heads up in case you were wondering where these shoes disappeared to. Okay guys, so this is my Jack Skellington look. I've said this many times, but of course this is a challenge. It's one store. If I had all the time in the world, all the places to go, you know, he's got that really eccentric collar. I would be looking for a necklace that is very jagged and black to sort of mimic that collar. So again, just to kind of get your wheels turning, I did end up grabbing a belt at the last minute to cinch it since this was not in my size. It was the only pinstripe jacket I could find here at the one store. But again, I'm really not too mad at how this came out. I used the same shoes that I used in the previous look, and I'm going to use them again in Sally's look. So here is Jack Skellington head to toe. Okay guys, so this is my completed Sally look. I'm pretty happy with this as well. She has so many colors going on, so many textures. So again, if I were going to complete the look, I would definitely try to pull in that deeper green that she also has going on in her ensemble and some sort of printed either purse or fanny pack or something to kind of get, again, that texture that she's got going on as part of her look. I might put a tight on as well if it was a colder time of year, and maybe you can search for something on Amazon that's got sort of this real soft teal color as well. But I'm, again, really happy with how this turned out and kind of pleasantly surprised. So here is Sally head to toe. And one more thing guys, I did want to mention I pulled the belt in at the last minute too because, you know, she's got that black stitching throughout herself, and I thought, you know what, that belt would probably work really well on this look as well. If you are doing a looser top like this, I recommend pulling it all the way through underneath the skirt and then messing with it, because if it's too floppy, it's not going to be the most figure flattering here where your curves hit. So definitely be looking for that with these looser tops. But yeah, really happy with how this turned out. All right guys, that was so much fun. Before you go anywhere, I do need your help because, as I mentioned earlier, I am tagging my friends Tim and Johnny over at the GaymeBoyz to do this Bounding on a Budget Halloween tag. So comment down below, leave your suggestions for bounds you would like to see Tim and Johnny do that are spooky Disney themed. Like I said, whether that's attractions, rides, characters, anything like that, leave it down below. We will also be putting up an Instagram poll, so I'm gonna leave all of our Instagram information down below so that you can hop over there as well. I'm not sure when we're gonna put that poll up yet, but in case that is easier for you, you can go ahead and follow us and check that out. Guys, I had so much fun with this. I think that my favorite has to be Dr. Faciliate just because of the hat, but I felt like this was a very successful Bounding on a Budget episode. Comment down below what your favorite bound was, and do not forget to go check out Abby's awesome video. I'm so glad that she did this with me. I am going to leave her link down below to her Bounding on a Budget Halloween tag video so you can go check it out and see who she tagged in this month of October fun spin. I will also leave the links to all my previous episodes of Bounding on a Budget down below, and if you would like to comment and tell me just any bound you would like to see me do in the future, let me know, because I will be keeping this series part of my channel. It will not be as regular because of how time consuming they are, but I love doing this and I do plan to keep it as part of the channel. I hope you had as much fun with this as I did, because I really did have a blast. Happy Halloween, guys. I hope this was a fun way to kick the holiday season off for you. If you are new here, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and join the Sassy family, and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Love doing these, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye!